I used to believe that success was all about working harder, pushing through exhaustion, and sacrificing every moment of joy just to tick off enough tasks on my to-do list. For years, I thought that if I wasn't constantly busy, I was lazy or failing. But the truth is, chasing productivity like a race against time almost crushed me before I realized there was a better way. If you want to stop feeling burnt out and start creating more meaningful progress without drowning in endless work, stick with me because the lessons I learned changed everything about how I approach productivity in life. 1. I learned to respect my limits instead of fighting them. I used to push myself to the edge, working late nights and ignoring my body's signals. I thought that if I slowed down, I'd never catch up. But everything changed when I got sick after a particularly intense week, and suddenly I was forced to stop. That's when I discovered that rest isn't weakness, it's fuel. I reluctantly started listening when my body told me it needed breaks, and I noticed something incredible. My work became sharper, my creativity flourished, and I wasn't running on empty all the time. The challenge is to start small. Today, try taking a 5-minute pause every hour just to breathe or stretch. You're not losing time. You're investing it in your ability to perform. 2. I stopped treating my to-do list like a scoreboard. For years, I wrote lists that had 20, 30, even 40 tasks, and then felt like a failure when I only crossed off half. I thought being productive meant doing everything. The moment that changed everything was when I began prioritizing 3 meaningful tasks a day instead of 30 small ones. It felt strange at first, like I wasn't doing enough, but once I focused on less, I actually finished more important work, and my stress dropped dramatically. The result was clear. Quality beats quantity every single time. Try this now. Pick your top 3 priorities for tomorrow and guard them fiercely. Everything else can wait. 3. I used to believe multitasking was a superpower. I thought bouncing between emails, messages, and projects made me more efficient. But the crazy part is, studies show multitasking decreases productivity by up to 40% because our brains aren't wired for it. I learned this after I noticed how frazzled and forgetful I felt, drowning in distractions. Everything changed when I experimented with single tasking, dedicating solid blocks of time to one thing and shutting everything else out. At first it was hard, my mind fought the silence and the boredom, but after a week, I was getting deeper, better work done faster, and my mental fog cleared. Start small. Tomorrow, try working for 25 minutes on one task with 0 interruptions. Then take a break. It's like giving your brain a chance to breathe and focus. 4. I discovered the power of saying no. For a long time, I said yes to almost everything. Extra projects, social invitations, favors. I thought saying yes made me valuable, but the truth was I was draining my energy and spreading myself thin. The moment that transformed me was when I said no to a big opportunity so I could focus on a smaller project I cared about more. It was terrifying at first. I feared missing out or disappointing people, but it freed up my time and headspace to do meaningful work. The result? I felt more present, less overwhelmed, and more connected to what mattered. Try this for a week. Before you say yes, ask yourself if it really fits your goals or energy level. Saying no is a gift to yourself. 5. I learned that planning my day the night before changed my relationship with time. I used to wake up anxious, overwhelmed by everything that piled up. Creating a simple plan the night before, just jotting down what mattered most and when I'd do it, gave me a sense of control and calm before the day even began. The shift happened when I started seeing my schedule as a tool for freedom, not a trap. I started prioritizing my energy peaks and including buffers to handle the unexpected. Since then, my productivity increased and my anxiety decreased because I had a plan I trusted. Try this tonight. Spend 5 minutes writing down your 3 main goals for tomorrow and the best time to tackle each. It's like setting up a roadmap instead of wandering lost. More importantly, 6. I embraced imperfection over paralysis. For the longest time, I hesitated to start projects because I wanted everything to be perfect from the get-go. That fear kept me stuck and robbing me of progress. The turning point was realizing imperfect action beats perfect inaction every time. When I allowed myself to fail and learn, I grew faster and enjoyed the journey more. This mindset change made me more resilient and creative, turning mistakes into stepping stones. Try this now. Pick something you've delayed because it felt daunting, and just take one small imperfect step forward. Celebrate that bravery. Finally, 7. I stopped measuring my worth by how productive I was. I used to feel ashamed on days when life slowed down, like when I needed mental health days or just wanted to relax. But the truth is, you are worthy regardless of output. The moment I accepted that my value isn't tied to hustle freed me from guilt and shame. This brought joy and balance back into my life, improving both my mental health and my work quality. Try this today. Practice self-compassion when you're not doing and remind yourself that rest is part of growth. Here's the thing. Productivity isn't about packing every minute with work or being perfect. It's about creating sustainable habits that let you do your best work while protecting your well-being. The transformation comes when you start treating yourself like a human, not a machine. Choose what resonates most and give yourself permission to try. What's one productivity habit you've resisted but secretly want to try? Drop it in the comments. Let's start this journey together. And if you're ready for more honest stories and practical tips that actually work, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.